Have you also been playing and enjoying Space Marine 2, being able to don the Mark 10 power armor of the Adeptus Astartes, taking up your blade and bolter in the name of the Emperor and slaying his enemies? And maybe now you're interested in getting into the hobby side of things? Do I have the tutorial for you? Today, we're going to show you how to paint Ultramarines in a quick, effective, and easy way in the name of the Emperor. To begin, you're going to want to get your assembled miniature primed up in a flat white paint. I went ahead and used a spray primer to do this. However, you can get the exact same effect with 2 thin coats and any white opaque paint that you want to use. This will also help ensure that you don't miss any of those hard to reach areas. Also, if you're painting one of those easy to build or push fit models, remove the backpack before you begin. Just trust me, it's going to make the entire painting process a lot easier. And if you haven't already assembled your model, maybe consider leaving the backpack off until the very end for painting reasons as well. As for the blue base of his armor, we're going to use this brush here. Or at least I would encourage you to use one. It's a size 6 round brush, also known as a medium shade from Games Workshop. With it, I'm going to thoroughly coat the entirety of the power armor of our Space Marine in Talisar Blue, a beautiful contrast color that I absolutely love. We're going to work from the feet upwards. That way we can avoid any pooling on the base or the legs as we progress on the model. Additionally, I want to call out that we're going to be approaching the backpack the exact same way as the power armor through this entire process. After letting that dry, he's looking very blue dabba-dee dabba-die, but you might be thinking to yourself, he's a little bit dark for an Ultramarine, and you would be right. This first color is going to work as our shadow tone, and next we're going to use Macragge Blue to add in some highlights. To do this, we're going to use a large dry brush. We're going to get our paint onto the dry brush, beat most of it out of the bristles before working on our model, and then work from top down. This is going to give us an even coating of our highlight throughout the entire model. Finally, to pick out the high points, we're going to use Ahriman Blue. This is a beautiful baby blue color tone that I think is going to bring back in those heroic vibes that our model was missing a little bit. Again, the backpack is going to get the exact same treatment as the power armor. Hey guys, I'm just jumping into the video to remind you to hit that subscribe button if you're enjoying the content that you find here. And if you're into the spicier side of the hobby, then I invite you to join my VIP page. New subscribers get 50% off their first month subscription. I hope to see you there. Now, let's go ahead and get back to the video. For our Battle Brothers metallics, we're going to undercoat any of the places we want to put gold or silver later in black. And to ensure that we have some nice control while doing this, we're going to switch over to a more detail-oriented brush for the rest of the time we're working on this miniature. This black coating was part of the reason I encourage you to be loose and fast with your blue earlier in the tutorial. This black will easily cover up any of the blue where we don't want it. After painting his bolter, shoulder trim, and aquila, we're going to go ahead and switch over to a bright heroic gold from Duncan Rhodes himself. It's important to paint your metallics in multiple coats. A single coat will not cover that black paint, but 2 or 3 will get you a nice rich gold hue. If you happen to get any of the gold on the blue armor, go back in with your Macragge Blue that we used earlier and touch it up. It's going to cover it up perfectly, trust me. After the gold is adorning his armor, we're going to switch over to the silver for his bolter. We're going to paint the entire thing with the exception of the embellishments. With the metallics done, let's get to those details. At this point, he is looking handsome, and if you have him on a black base, you could totally bring him to a tournament and get playing with him straight away. He's completely legal. However, I think we should push him a little further. To begin, we're going to return to white base paint, and we're going to paint up his leather pouches, the purity seals, his base, as well as the lenses of his eyes. This way we can apply some additional paints later. And again, if you happen to get any white paint on the armor, just use that Macragge glue to touch it up. As for those leather bags, we're gonna use one of my favorite paints, Dark Oath Flesh, which always makes me think that they're using dwarven leather. But anyways, let's go ahead and move on to those eye lenses. They're going to get a gentle poking of ball red. Now, you want to be very careful with this because it's very delicate work, and I would recommend having a clean brush off to the side where you can use it to dab up any spillage that might happen in case it does. Now, because my miniatures came with some pre-sculpted bases, we're gonna have an easy time here, and we just need to use one paint, Agros Dune. We're going to be careful to avoid our marine's feet, of course, but everything is going to get a lovely coating of this color. After that, we can go ahead and rim the base, attach his backpack, and call him done. However, I wanna take him a little bit further. So we're gonna take some Seraphim Sepia and Nuln Oil and really make a couple sections on him pop using these. On all that gold we apply to the miniature, we're gonna apply a heaping helping of Seraphim Sepia, making sure to pull this away from any of the armor, mind you. And finally, the Nuln Oil, which we're going to be using on any of the silvers and on the dirt portion of the base to really help it stand out. And here he is, our beautiful Ultramarine, ready to slay the Emperor's enemies in his name. I think this is so fun, and I really hope that you enjoyed this particular tutorial. We were really inspired by Space Marine 2 and just everything that Titus has been going through. It's been epic, and it was epic to paint these Space Marines as well. And I want to call out, if you are brand new to this hobby and you're specifically looking to get into Space Marines, I would highly encourage you to go to whatever friendly local game store that you have in your area and talk with the community there, especially the 40k community, because goodness knows that a lot of us who have been in this hobby for a really, really long time, we have a ton of Space Marines. And oftentimes we're looking to either sell them or straight up just get rid of them because we have too many of them, because Games Workshop likes to throw them into every single set you will ever buy that is a major box set that comes with 2 armies. Like, just, it'll happen. So if you are looking to get into the armies, specifically Marines, go to your friendly local game store, talk to the community. I bet you'll be able to find something a lot cheaper than just buying it directly from Games Workshop, and you'll be able to experiment and play and grow your collection really, really fast, while also connecting with the community that you'll be able to play with and learn from. And it's just so cool, guys. I really, really hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that you get into playing war games because I think they are amazing, and I think you should paint some more Space Marines. I know that I definitely will be. And I wanted to give a final thank you before we head out today to not only our patrons, but also our YouTube members. Without your guys' support, we would not be doing this, so thank you very, very much. I have been Angela, and you have been watching Hobby Night. Bye, everybody.